Hey YouTube, I'm gonna finally be doing some maintenance on my truck. I've been putting this off for about a month, and what happened is my Airtronic heater for my APU, it's all gummed up with carbon and whatnot, won't start anymore. So here I am under the truck, and I'll kind of try to record what I'm doing here just in case any of you all want to try to do this yourself when it happens. And the symptoms, one of the main symptoms with mine was the exhaust pipe was just blowing out tons of white smoke and it wouldn't start. So I bought a little tune-up kit for it, and here I am. We got to take the thing all the way out, so I'm under the truck and we'll show you what goes on here. So here I am under the truck, and there's where it hooks up under my sleeper, under the box. And you got your fuel pump here. Comes with a new filter which goes right in here. I have already done that, and that runs down to your fuel tank. So I'm gonna have to take out these 4 bolts here, undo this exhaust pipe, and undo this air intake hose, as well as probably just take the fuel line off of the fuel pump here. Try not to let any dirt get in there. Maybe I can just undo it there, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, I'll be back at you when I got this thing out. Alright, forget what I said about unbolting it down at the bottom. I come up here and there was 4 bolts, one on this plate here, and you take them 4 bolts out. Once you disconnect the hose in the back here, there's a little hose that comes off back here, and you got your cover. This little piece here comes off the front, and then you take you could probably leave the cover on, but I took the cover off, and you should be able to lift it up, and then you'll take off hoses off of there, which I've already undone at the bottom, and I took them bolts out. But once you have all that off, the thing should just pull right out. Alright, once you have it out, it'll be looking like this, unless you have the cover and everything on. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull this wire, pull it out of the case, and then this thing kind of pops off. You need to stick a screwdriver in right there and just kind of pry it, and that'll come off. Then you simply slide this thing, will kind of push down the case, and then I'll just pop right off. Oh, well, you take that rubber thing off, and then that'll pop right off, and there it is. You're gonna want to inspect this little area here, make sure those wires are still soldered on there. Don't break them because they look pretty fragile. You can see my my little glow plug here is broke off. It's one of the reasons I'm working on this thing. So we'll go to the next step, which will be taking off this piece here and then pulling this thing apart and cleaning out all the carbon, replacing the glow pin, and putting her all back together. Alright, we'll see you for that. Okay, next you're going to want to take out this screw on top, which is a T20, and I've already undone it. You pull that out, set it to the side, and then you have a plug right under here that runs this fan. Unplug that, and this thing will come right off of there. Come off of there, and you got a couple couple other plugs you can undo here and set this off to the side. Alright, here I have my kit. They come with some new gaskets, a new glow pin, the tool to take the glow pin out so you don't cut the wires, because it's a one-piece thing. The wires are stuck on it. And a new some kind of metal screen thing, and the tool to install the metal screen right here. So next you're going to want to take out the glow pin. Mine's broken, but you'll put this on here and pop that out, and then we'll go ahead and take her apart. So here we go. I'll put this through here. There's that. I've already taken it out before, and the little screen that's in there, see how it's broken? Really difficult to get out. So I have to take this apart to get that all out of there and clean that all out. But let's see how it goes. Sure, my recording is horrible right now, but I'm trying to do this one-handed. So there's only 4 Phillips screws. 3 and 4. And by the way, oh, okay, there's that. I don't know if it's supposed to be chipped like that. I doubt it, but we'll see. You can set that piece off to the side, and the gasket here. Hopefully I got the right one. And then it looks like we're gonna need 3 Torx screws. Figure out, I should have that size here. Hopefully, looks bigger than that. What do I got? None of those. Smaller. Right there, and that is a T25. All right, let's see if those will come out. Assuming this only goes in one way, but looks like the fuel line must slide out with it. There's a little rubber grommet here, and you see the main fuel line comes in and feeds it here. That's where the glow plug goes. So that should just all pop out, and this is the spot we're gonna clean out the burn chamber area. Let's see if it's, oh, there it goes. That pops out, and it actually doesn't look too gummed up in there. What about in here? What do you know, it's not that gummed up. Well, we'll still give it a clean. I got a bunch of carburetor cleaner, and I'm just gonna blast it all in there and then wipe it out. Move this gasket. You definitely need new gaskets because that broke. Just coming out of there. Hopefully. Now the hard part is I'm gonna have to get that metal screen out of there, dig that out somehow, and replace that. Also, probably be smart to put the straw on and spray the carburetor cleaner up the fuel line just to make sure that's all cleaned out. Anyways, I'm gonna do that and go ahead and throw it back together, and I'll see you guys when we're testing. Alright, this is a quick tip to help get the little metal screen out of this burn chamber. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get out. I took a 1/4-inch drill bit and go ahead and put it in there and just kind of drill until it starts spinning, and then once it catches, it'll pull right out of there. Alright. Okay, after doing some research, it turns out the whole reason my heater wasn't starting, since it didn't have a bunch of carbon buildup in there, was because of this little hole right here on the side. I guess it's a air intake hole. It was completely gummed up with carbon on the outside here. So that was the whole reason the thing wasn't starting. Anyways, I took a 3/32 drill bit, which fits right in there perfect without drilling the hole out, and ungummed it and took a wire brush and wire brushed it and cleaned it all up the best I could. We'll see if putting it back together will allow it to start now. Well, it's back in and running. See the fan running there? I zip tied this tool on there in case I ever need it again. But my exhaust hose blowing out hot. See what it is on the inside. Alright, I'm gonna crank this thing up to 90 and let it get blazing hot in here. Go in the truck stop, get something to eat, and that way I don't die in here while it's getting 90 degrees. But it's working good. Things kicking out. Lots of heat down here. Here's the heat hose, and I got the fan running here, and it's coming out nice and hot. Anyways, this job was a success, so definitely do-it-yourself job. Wasn't too hard, didn't take too long. Did it right here in the parking lot of the truck stop. Cost around, I think about $100 or so. The most expensive thing was that glow plug. It was like $75. But if you're having problems with your heater and you're the do-it-yourself kind of person, go ahead and give it a shot. Hopefully this video helped you out, and thank you for watching. See you guys next time.